Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back. Today we have a new update and a new feature released. It is this water pool thingy looking thing, prophecy pool. Let's check it out and let's see what it's all about. Alright, there's nothing where you can see what the rules are or anything like that, but I have a good idea on what this is about, guys. Every day it's gonna be a new hero. So today obviously it's a giant Gizmo, and let's check out the upcoming bosses. Tomorrow is the Polaris. Choose heroes who can fly, flying heroes. All right, and that's the possible loot that you're gonna get. The one giant havoc is choose heroes with healing abilities, and then giant firehawk, choose heroes with multi-stage physical attacks. All right, so I kind of know exactly what this is about, but let's begin. Today what I'm going to show you guys is how to do the giant Gizmo at extreme difficulty 6. All right, let's check it out. So giant Gizmo fires a barrage of missiles at the enemy party, dealing enormous damage. All right, and the good thing is they will give you a recommended heroes. All right, so these are the recommended heroes. You got Gale, you have Shirley, Arachna, Killjoy, and Flora. So let's begin. I already have. Oh, one more thing before I begin, guys. I just want to show you the first time loot. As you can see here, this is the loot that you get the first time. All right, once you defeat this hero for the first time, the loot will significantly lower. All right, and this one is a new item that they released, BBQ Skewer. So each time you use this, you get 6 stamina. All right, so you can build these up and get some extra stamina. I kind of like that. I think that's a pretty good thing, because people always like more stamina. All right, so let's begin. All right, so I have everybody on the recommended team except for Shirley. I don't have Shirley leveled up all the way, and I have a good feeling that everybody is going to probably promote and upgrade their Shirley now, because she's actually might be useful. But instead of Shirley, I'm pretty sure I can use somebody else instead. All right, so let's use Killjoy here, and I've seen people use Stolen, right? So let's use Stolen there. And who was the 5th? It was Flora. So I might have to promote my Flora now too, huh? So what you have to do here is you have to stun them at the right time. Okay, that's one thing that you got to do. So let's try to hold our stuns for when it counts. Tholen has a good stun because when he attacks, it's gonna stop the Gizmo there from using his ultimate. All right, go Gale. This should do some damage. Okay, I'm gonna save that. Let's use right now Arachna. Silence works. All right, so when Gizmo is silenced, he can't do anything. All right, so let's go use these. So we created a clone of him now. Well, actually, you cannot create a clone because he's a boss. So that's one thing, is you can't create a clone. Arachna traps him in the web. That helps. So we're still full. The only problem is if he can get his ultimate off, I'm doomed. At all times, you have to prevent him from using his ultimate. All right. Anytime that he has a chance to use his ultimate, use your stuns. So let's use these 2 right now because he's almost dead. And he's dead. Perfect. So that's how you do it, guys. Okay. You have to stun him at any chance you get. The reason why this works great is, and as you can see, we got our first time loot. Let's check out the details. Killjoy does a ton of damage here, but the reason why this works great, Flora doesn't do any damage, but I guess she helps out because she has her lure ability, which can probably stun him. But so there it is. Now if you want to do it again at the same difficulty, extreme, see, the drop rate significantly lowers. All right, you will not get the same drop rate. It's gonna be a lot less. All right guys, so now that he's defeated, let's talk about why this team works well. All right, it's pretty easy, and it's not hard to understand. All right, so if you check out his armored mech, it just says it can deflect direct physical damage. So direct damage does not work on him. All right, so that's why these heroes work well, because he's very susceptible to damage over time. So you pretty much need damage over time heroes. So let's take a look at a bunch of heroes that you can kind of substitute, you know, that do damage over time, because a lot of people might not have these heroes. All right, so I'll give you guys some other heroes you can possibly use. So as you already know, Gale works well because of her poison arrow. Poison arrow is going to do a base of 384 damage every second for 3 seconds, alright? So that's where she comes in and does some damage. Now, let's take a look at Arachna. Arachna works well, as you already know, because all of her abilities are damage over time, alright? So she is probably the most useful hero for this, for Gizmo here. Now, when it comes to Tholin, the reason why I was able to substitute Tholin in for Shirley is because of his Beastmaster ability here, which he'll call upon those Wolverines, and then they attack Gizmo and deal damage over time, and it says 279 damage per second for 3 seconds. Alright, so he has damage over time abilities as well. Now, the reason why Flora was recommended is because of natural protection. She has the ability to reduce your opponent's magic damage. Alright, so she will protect your team. Over here it's, over here it says 9.2 because mine is not fully upgraded. Alright, but if she's fully orange and upgraded, she'll reduce the magic damage taken a lot more. So that's why she comes in handy, and also for her healing, alright? But at the highest level, you probably don't need her healing. Another hero that you can possibly substitute would be Arcturus, okay? Arcturus has Frozen Flames, which deals a base of 276 damage over 4 seconds, alright? So Arcturus might be a good substitute for Flora if you don't need the healing, alright? And I wouldn't substitute Arcturus for Gale though, because I like the silence that Gale provides, but possibly you could substitute her maybe for Tholin, but Tholin also does good damage. But this is another suggestion just in case. Now, Killjoy is probably the best hero that you can use for this, guys, because of Elemental Sphere, which does damage over time, okay? It does 644 damage per second, so that is a lot when you compare him to all the other ones. The other ones were doing 200, 300, around there. He's doing 644, and it's doing it per second, alright? So that is why Killjoy does the most damage. Another good thing that Killjoy has is his taunt ability, which increases physical attack but lowers magic armor, alright? So Gizmo is a magic attacker, so that physical attack increase does not apply at all, and it just lowers his magic armor. So that's why Killjoy is a perfect hero for this guy. Another possible hero could be Vernos, guys. You could use Vernos because of Poison Vines. What Poison Vines do is they wrap around the enemy, alright? So this will not only entangle Gizmo, but it will deal 364 damage per second for 4 seconds, alright? So that's not bad. This guy can also come in handy. Here's another hero that you can possibly substitute. Ember. I know a lot of people don't use Ember, and I personally don't use her, but Scorching Earth is an ability that does magic damage over time, alright? So this ability will definitely deal some good damage to Gizmo, and you can possibly use her as well. Xanos is another hero that you guys can substitute in, okay? He's a frontline tank, which would help. He burrows underneath, would probably turn Gizmo around, and he's got this Neurotoxin, alright? This one is a good damage over time ability. It'll do 456 damage per 9 seconds, alright? So he's also a great hero that you can substitute in. Now, the reason why Shirley is recommended is because of her Mortal Mist ability, alright? This, once it's fully upgraded, will do a lot of damage. Right now, it's doing a base of 1090 damage per second, alright? To Shirley and the opponent, alright? So that's pretty good damage. It's not bad at all. I think when it's fully upgraded, it'll do some pretty good damage. And also, her Meat Hook will come in handy when you need to stun your opponent, okay? So Shirley, that's why they recommend her, and she's actually a pretty good hero to use in Gizmo. Alright, so here we are in the items list here, and let's check out what the barbecue skewer does. So let's use one. You get 6 stamina. There's 6 more, so you use them all, and all of a sudden you have those 6 times 6, 36 extra stamina. Alright, so if you build a lot of those, you'll get some good extra stamina to add to your stamina pool. Alright, so that's what the barbecue skewer is all about. Alright guys, so that is just a quick video on what to do for the giant Gizmo in the prophecy pool. I hope you guys enjoy that. The other attempts I'm going to try out later on tonight because I have a live stream, alright? So if you want to check out more attempts of the prophecy pool, check out tonight's live stream, alright? Oh, and one more thing before I go is, keep in mind that for the first time, each difficulty, you get extra loot for the first time. So as you can see here, you get, you know, a little bit more of everything. But if you do it twice in extreme, the loot has lowered. So if you go to Deadly here, the first time loot is going to be more. So what you probably want to do is complete every single one. Maybe just, at least if you're in the higher level, go from Deadly, Expert, and Extreme. Do the top 3 for sure. Alright, at lower levels you can definitely do the other ones, alright? Because they'll help you out, give you extra loot. But I suggest that you do Deadly, Expert, and Extreme at the higher levels once, and then you can just stick to Extreme, alright? So, like I said before, I'll see you guys maybe on the stream. Till next time, have a good morning, good afternoon, and good night!